use the rotary cutter instead. It will be easier. I was trying to be fancy with a pair of scissors. There's no need for that. So I'll use the scissors when it comes to the next phase where I actually need it. Ignore my nails. I was chipping away at my nail polish. Okay, so this is side one. And for those of you just joining me, welcome. I am making a Christmas tree bag. So I'm going to take this and open it up. This is what side one's going to look like. And I will get 2 more of these. Oh, sorry. I need a total of 4 pieces. So let's see. I'm going to cut this as well. I might have a different side or a different piece on the other side because I was trying to use my Christmas tree fabric. So let's see what the other side will look like. I like this. And since this is going to be on a fold, I will again fold this. And yes, this does mean that I will have 2 sides with different colors. And that is perfectly fine. I think what I really love about using a rotary cutter is just the ease. If you can't get to the edge, you can just easily just kind of press down and it'll get it for you. Versus a pair of scissors where you kind of have to really maneuver. I think there's so many advantages to having a rotary cutter. But this is one of them. So I'll put my scissors away because I won't be using it for this right now. So this is going to be one side. And this is going to be the other side. Now I do have the option to add a lining if I want to, but I don't want to. I just want to make it a fun tree bag. So if you decide you want to, that's entirely up to you. So for the tree stump, I have a piece here that I'm going to cut. I'm going to put it the other way because I don't want to cut the tape. I'm using the tape to attach it to the pattern itself. And for those of you just joining me, welcome. I'm making a Christmas tree bag. It's not lined, so it's just one side. You have the option to make a lined one. So for this, I'm just going to take it, fold it, and put a quick stitch on either side. So let's do that first, and then we'll come back and assemble our bag. So if you're just joining me, I always use black thread when I'm doing my lives because it's easier for people to see what I'm doing versus the thread I would use if I was sewing this to sew. Okay. And then I'm just going to take this and turn it inside out. Let's get that out. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to stuff this slightly. And I will use my trusted pillow stuffing, which I keep handy. I don't want it too stuffed, just a little bit to give it a little bit of shape. You have the option to use stabilizer. It's not mandatory that you stuff it with stuffing. Okay, and then now we're going to add this to our tree bag. Okay, so this is the bag, and we have both pieces here. Right sides will be facing each other. And obviously this is going to be on the inside, so what I'll do is I'm going to take this, identify the center of my bag. If you're like me and you're not a fan of ironing, folding works just great. And then with this, I'm just going to identify the center as well. I could have marked it beforehand, but there, I see where it is. And I'm just going to take this and match both centers. And then I'm going to sew it down. I'm going to sew it down before I put it there so that it can stay lined up. Okay, so that it's there. And now I'm going to put this back in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a casing for this bag. So when I'm sewing this, I'm going to turn that in, and I'll do the same thing here. On both sides. So this will eventually become my casing when I turn it inside out. So I'm just going to use some clips to hold them together. I won't be sewing that just yet. I will sew it at the end. And then now all I have to do is just line my pieces and sew it all around and leave this side to turn it inside out. Again, this is an online bag. I will do another video if you're interested, if you leave me a comment to make it lined, but this is a beginner friendly pattern for a quick Christmas tree bag that you can use, and it's great because you can use your fabric scraps now. So again, I'm not sewing these parts together. I'm going to start here, and I will backstitch so that it can stay in place. Making sure your fabric pieces are lined. Again, that's important in this one, because you want to get as crisp a look as possible. And just go ahead and go all the way down. Now you want to make sure that your trunk is on the inside, the tree trunk. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, like we did before. I think I need to go a little further there. I'll make sure I catch every corner. Hello, thanks for joining. Okay, so now we've sewn this all around, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to take that off and get rid of the threads, the excess pieces of threads. And we're just going to create notches on here so that it's easier when you turn it inside out. You have the option to and this is not really, that back is we're not doing a lining for this. You have the option to, oh, I want to cut these ends. So it doesn't look too puffy when I turn it inside out. I guess I'm using my snips. It's just for the corners, and it will look crispier and easier when I turn it inside out. I use my snips for so much, so usually it's pretty sharp because it's used for a lot of different things. So I'm going to turn this inside out now. And if you're just joining me, welcome. I am making a Christmas tree bag. Oopsie. Well, clearly I didn't get the full corner, so I have to go back and get that part. I think I might have poked through it because it was fully sewn earlier. Now don't forget, we're going to come back and deal with the casing. We're just now trying to get this tree to look like a tree first. Okay. And since we had that little mishap on the corner here, I'm going to go back and make sure I get it fully stitched out. Don't call me the imperfect sewist for nothing. Again, this is why I tell people, if you're a beginner sewist, don't feel like you have to always be perfect. This channel is made for those who don't feel the need to have perfection when they sew. Sewing is supposed to be relaxing. Just put it all together and see what works. If it doesn't work, that's what seam rippers are for, you know? So. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now we're going to, now that it looks mostly like a tree, we poked out the other end, let's poke out this end as well. So it's starting to take shape. And now we're going to do the casing. So let's go ahead and sew that. If you don't want raw edges, you have the option to use pinking shears. This is supposed to be like a quick gift bag, okay? So it's not being professionally sold. It's more a beginner-friendly item. I try to make items that can be quickly done for beginner sewists. And check it out, this always happens, but I'm so happy I cut it this time. Literally, I just finished this and it says my bobbin thread is almost out, which is perfect because I am done sewing. Yay, today it actually lasted through my entire sewing project. I will rewind more bobbins, but until I am done here, this is almost done. So let me go ahead and, actually I want to see what's going on here. On the inside. Okay, so this is almost done. All we have to do now is add our cords. So let me get the cords. I'm going to be using shoelaces if I can find them. clear up my table. And then I'll be back with everything. So, obviously this is done. I'm going to iron it flat, but this is what my tree bag is going to look like. And then I have all these cords. So let's see what color I want to go with. I could go with pink, but it's actually red, or I'll see if I have any green here. That might look better. Don't ask me where I got this. I've had it for a very long time. So since my trunk is yellow, I think I will go with the yellow. Okay. And it is quite long, so I will cut it in half. Where are my snips? There we go. The rest of these can go right back in the bag. I'll take care of them later. In the meantime, let me do the yellow. So I'm going to use my budkin to thread this through because it's easy. And just put it through on the other side as well. Being careful not to pull it all the way through. Okay. I think I will tie this so that I have one end there. And since I started with this end, I'm going to start with the other end for the bodkin. I mean to loop it through so that it actually holds. Well, you can thread it through two ways. So. And the honest truth is I really don't need this budkin. Actually, I think I will, well, no, it makes it go faster versus using the ends. So let me do that instead. Try to be careful so I don't take out this part here. And then I'm going to put it this way. Let's say I have a little bit of give, so I can work with that. Okay. I put it through the exact same way. Now, I'm going to take it out. So they don't call me the imperfect sewist for nothing, okay? because there's always bound to be one issue. And today I put it in the same way. It should have gone from this end. So let's go ahead and redo that. I'm going to thread it through with my button. So let's see if this is faster, because I did say the other way was faster. No, it's faster to go with this. This was much faster. So, okay, so I'm going to try to pull this on one end and pull this on the other end so that they both have similar lengths. And there you have it. This is a cute little Christmas tree bag. I'll show you what it looks like. And it will make a perfect gift. You can just stuff it with stocking stuffers. I'll show you from the top. There we go. So if you're not already going to, this is an online bag. If you want me to do a video of how to line it, let me know. And I will do a separate video. You can pick up this pattern on my website at isewithjoy.com. It comes with that and also the trunk. And you don't need a lot of fabric to do it. So this is what your tree looks like. And you're done. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.